this hard. Yeah, wanna feel your arms around me. I need you more, need you here, more than I would like to admit. Let's forget about tomorrow. Yeah, should I hide away forever?
Welcome back to the Modest Mushroom. In today's video, I'm going to be making Korean bulgogi with 4 side dishes, including cucumber salad, braised potatoes, and fried zucchini. I'm so excited to share these recipes with you guys because they were so good. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to start by wrapping my ribeye steaks in plastic wrap. Then they're going to relax in the freezer for 30 minutes.
Almost like I can't stop, yeah, you never lose an argument, so I've been trying hard to pretend that I'm okay, it's just a phase, and everything is going just great.
While the meat is in the freezer, we're going to get the marinating sauce ready for it. So we're going to start by adding 2 tablespoons of brown sugar to the bowl, and then to that I'm going to be adding 1/4 cup of soy sauce. And I'm also going to add 2 cloves of garlic minced.
You would find a new distraction. I need you more, need you here, more than I would like to admit. Can we let go of tomorrow?
Now I'm going to add some freshly grated ginger, about a teaspoon of gochujang sauce, and about a tablespoon of sesame oil.
I'm so afraid to be left behind. I think about you a lot. It's almost like I can't stop, yeah. You never lose an argument, so I've been trying hard to pretend that I'm okay.
Now that the half an hour is up, I'm going to take the meat out of the freezer and I'm going to slice it into about 1/4 inch thick pieces. And then we're going to put all of those into a plastic bag with the marinade that we just made. And that's going to sit in the fridge for at least like 6 or 7 hours before we cook it.
It's almost like I can't stop. Yeah, can't stop. No. Think about you a lot. It's almost like I can't stop. I can't stop. Can't stop.
The first side dish that I'm going to start working on is called Marinated Eggs. And I had never tried these before, but this ended up being like one of my favorite things that I made. I got the recipe from tiffycooks.com. She has a really great YouTube channel if you don't already watch her. So I'm going to start by boiling 7 eggs for 7 minutes. After 7 minutes, I gave them an ice water bath, and then after a few minutes in there, I'm going to use a spoon to crack around the edges of the eggshell, and then that makes it easier to get the eggshell off of it. Once we're done with that, we're going to start cutting up some green onions. I'm going to start making the sauce for the eggs now, and I did change around the recipe for this just a little bit because I didn't want it to be spicy so that my daughter would try it. So I'm adding 1/2 cup of soy sauce to the container here, and to that I'm adding 1 tablespoon of honey, some of the green onion that we cut up, 2 cloves of garlic, a tablespoon of sesame oil, and a splash of vinegar. Now all that's left to do for this is just to add the eggs into the container, and then we're gonna let these sit in the fridge for at least 2 hours before we eat them, but I think I made them 4 hours prior to when we ate, and they were amazing. The next side dish that I'm going to be working on is my all-time favorite Korean side dish, and it is the spicy cucumber salad. And I got the base for this recipe from tiffycooks.com as well, but I did change it around a little bit. So I'm going to start with 1 cut up cucumber, and to that I'm going to be adding a tablespoon of sesame oil, half a teaspoon of salt, and then we're going to add half a tablespoon of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of gochujang sauce, half a teaspoon of Korean chili flakes, and then as many sesame seeds as you want. And I'm also going to be adding about 3 tablespoons of diced onions and 1 clove of garlic minced. And then once we add everything in there, we just mix everything up and then just put it in a container, and it's better the longer you let it sit before you eat it. The next side dish that I'm going to start making is called braised potatoes, and I had never had this one before either, but this ended up being one of my favorites as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is start by getting the baby potatoes cooked most of the way through. So I'm going to put some olive oil on them and season them a little bit, and then just throw them in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. And then once I take them out, we'll put them in a skillet with the sauce. And the sauce is on the screen for anybody who needs the recipe. But I would highly recommend this side dish if you're thinking about any of these ones, because this one is very family friendly too. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started on the next side dish, which is fried zucchini. And this one is rather easy, and I was expecting this to be a little bit harder to do, but it was super easy and it turned out really great. So I'm going to start by slicing up 1 zucchini that I've already washed. And then I'm going to add just a bit of flour into a bowl and salt it a little bit. And you can add pepper if you like, but I left it out because I have a picky 5-year-old. And then after you dip the slices into the flour mixture, we're just going to dip it into a beaten egg mixture and then fry it in some vegetable oil. And that's all. So this one is super easy. I really enjoyed making this one, and I will probably make this one again. Now the zucchini is all done, so we're going to move on to finishing the potatoes now that they're out of the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and use the sauce recipe to braise the potatoes, and I'm going to put them over like medium-low heat and simmer them for about 15 minutes. And now it is also time to start cooking the meat. So I'm going to take about a tablespoon of vegetable oil and put it over like medium-high heat, depending on your stove. And we're going to wait for that to heat up and then put the first piece in just to test it out and make sure that it's hot enough. And then you can put in a layer of meat. I had to do about 2 batches in my skillet. And then cook it on each side for about 3 to 4 minutes and then flip it. And then by that point it's done. And the last thing I'm going to do is pour the reduced sauce over the meat and just top it with some green onions. and just set everything on the table and serve. And I honestly think this is one of the best dinners I have ever made, and it was just so good. I was so proud of myself, and I just hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. I had so much fun making it, and I hope you will tune in for the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did enjoy it, and I will see you next time.